Arcane ambition and unpredictable spells define the tone of Folly of the Wizards. A mischievous apprentice explores a whimsical realm where rival sorcerers compete for power. Combat blends real-time casting with careful positioning, rewarding creative spell combinations over brute force. Each dungeon introduces shifting hazards and boss fights that test timing and adaptability. Unlockable abilities and branching paths encourage experimentation across repeated runs. Colorful pixel art and a lively score reinforce its playful fantasy mood. A charming adventure built on clever strategy. Elemental energy and political tension shape the tone of Alphadia III. A determined young hero and companions confront shifting alliances across a continent divided by power struggles. Turn-based combat rewards thoughtful skill combinations and careful party balance. The energy system adds strategic depth, encouraging experimentation in evolving encounters. Optional quests and alternate outcomes invite exploration beyond the main storyline. Classic sprite visuals and a melodic soundtrack reinforce its nostalgic atmosphere. A faithful role-playing adventure built on tactical planning. A legendary quest returns with renewed elegance in Dragon Quest I and II HD 2D Remake. Noble heroes traverse a classic fantasy realm threatened by ancient darkness. Turn-based battles emphasize measured planning and resource awareness, preserving the deliberate cadence of early role-playing design. Exploration rewards patience across towns, dungeons, and hidden paths. Boss encounters demand preparation over brute force. The HD 2D presentation blends detailed sprites with atmospheric lighting while the orchestral score elevates every moment. A foundational adventure thoughtfully reimagined. Sifu stands out with its intense, skill-based combat system that keeps players engaged from start to finish. The unique aging mechanic adds a fresh layer of strategy, making every encounter meaningful. The fluid animations and tight controls make fighting feel satisfying and rewarding. Each level offers a perfect blend of challenge and creativity, encouraging exploration and mastery. The game's art style and atmospheric soundtrack enhance the gritty, martial arts vibe, creating an immersive experience that fans of action and beat-em-ups will truly appreciate. A young kid finds himself trapped in the hands of a malicious power after embarking on a dangerous trip through a dark and strange realm. Inside, Playdead's critically acclaimed indie adventure game immerses you in an immersive and compelling environment. Prepare to be fascinated by a seamless combination of heart-pounding action and mind-bending puzzles as you travel dangerous environments and meet mysterious individuals. Inside has captured viewers and won high accolades from critics worldwide for its stunningly gorgeous art style, hauntingly beautiful music, and unsettling mood.
I glimpsed it lurking at the ragged edges of your mind.
Bleak, Resolve, and Fragile Hope guide the caravan in Darkest Dungeon 2. A band of flawed heroes travels through a dying world, confronting inner fears as much as external threats. Turn-based combat rewards careful planning and party synergy over impulsive action. Stress mechanics and shifting relationships influence each encounter in meaningful ways. Boss confrontations demand preparation and composure under pressure. Painterly visuals and brooding narration deepen the somber mood. A demanding roguelike built on resilience and thoughtful decision-making.
Be consumed by them.
Slime Rancher is a fascinating adventure set in the far, far range, where Beatrix LeBeau, a teenage rancher, sets out on a voyage to an exotic country full of slimes. The game includes a range of difficulties, such as growing crops and raising chickadoos to keep slimes nourished. The Secret Style Pack DLC adds more slime customizing possibilities. Beatrix must also complete daily requests from her other ranchers, which give additional prizes and strengthen community bonds. As she maintains her ranch, she saves money to upgrade her backpack, build more corrals, and grow her business.
taking his title as Master of Monsters.
Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince offers a charming blend of monster collecting and classic RPG storytelling. The fusion system is deep, rewarding experimentation and strategy, while the art style and soundtrack capture the magic of the Dragon Quest universe. Battles are fast-paced yet thoughtful, with a satisfying progression curve that keeps the adventure engaging. Exploring the richly designed biomes adds a layer of wonder, and the witty writing gives every encounter personality. A joyful experience for fans of monster taming adventures and heartfelt journeys. This War of Mine Complete Edition is a hauntingly powerful experience that explores survival through the eyes of civilians in a war-torn city. Its emotional weight, clever resource management, and morally challenging choices create a deeply immersive journey. The hand-drawn art style and somber soundtrack enhance the atmosphere, while each playthrough feels uniquely intense. Thought-provoking and impactful, it manages to stay engaging without relying on combat-heavy gameplay. A rare title that leaves a lasting impression long after the credits roll. Ember Knights offers an engaging blend of fast-paced combat and strategic depth that keeps players hooked from start to finish. The pixel art style is charming and vibrant, perfectly complementing the fluid animations and varied enemy designs. Each level feels thoughtfully crafted, encouraging exploration and skillful play. The game presents a satisfying challenge without feeling overwhelming, making progression rewarding. With its tight controls and atmospheric soundtrack, Ember Knights provides an exciting and polished experience that truly captures the spirit of classic action RPGs. Core Keeper is a true gem for fans of cozy survival-making games. With its appealing pixel visuals, subterranean adventure, and fascinating advancement, it seems like a cross between Terraria and Stardew Valley. The dynamically created caves are full with mystery, and discovering different biomes keeps the quest interesting. Mining resources, farming, and combating strange monsters is endlessly satisfying, whether played solo or in co-op. The soundtrack provides a soothing but engaging atmosphere. If you enjoy delving into rewarding gameplay cycles, Core Keeper is a must-play for Switch.
It must be destroyed.
Darkest Dungeon turns every dungeon crawl into a tense, tactical battle of survival and sanity. The stress system adds a brutal layer of strategy, forcing tough decisions that go beyond health bars. Each run feels fresh thanks to the permadeath and random events, keeping tension high. The gothic art style and foreboding narration build a moody, oppressive tone that fits perfectly with the gameplay. As the hours go by, managing the roster and watching heroes break under pressure becomes oddly addictive in the best way. Nobody Saves the World takes the familiar top-down action RPG and gives it a fresh twist with its clever transformation system. Switching between forms like a rat, knight, or magician never gets old, and combining abilities keeps combat engaging from start to finish. The humor feels sharp without trying too hard, and the quests encourage experimenting instead of sticking to one style. Progression is steady and satisfying, with every upgrade giving a real sense of growth. It's an inventive adventure that makes each session fun and worth coming back to. Bloomtown: A Different Story offers a charming and immersive experience that truly captivates from start to finish. Its vibrant world is filled with delightful characters and engaging storylines that spark curiosity and warmth. The gameplay strikes a perfect balance between exploration and thoughtful puzzles, making each moment enjoyable without feeling rushed. Visually, the art style is both soothing and appealing, complementing the relaxing soundtrack beautifully. Overall, this game presents a refreshing adventure that enchants players seeking heartfelt storytelling and peaceful gameplay. Scurge Hive is a thrilling top-down sci-fi shooter packed with tense combat and constant momentum. Creeping alien zones push players forward, forcing quick thinking and bold movement. Weapons upgrade in satisfying ways, bosses test skill without cheap tricks, and the eerie atmosphere keeps adrenaline high. Progression rewards mastery, exploration stays rewarding, and the challenge curve stays fair. This cult classic remains addictive, intense, and endlessly fun for action fans. Enemy patterns demand focus, and the soundtrack drives urgency.
Oh my, the dollhouse?
Alisa, an elite royal agent, is following a famed thief in a setting inspired by the 1920s. She is taken to a Victorian-style home where she must flee as the frightening residents taunt her. The game includes pre-rendered landscapes, realistic low-poly models, currencies, objects, clothes, weapon loadouts, a variety of foes, surprises, comedy, and a nostalgic trip back to the late 1990s. Alisa must endure the dollhouse's horrors while retaining her humanity. The game is a fascinating journey with a unique combination of comedy and nostalgia. Dark folklore and quiet dread set the tone from the very first moment. Ritual of Raven follows a lone figure navigating a world steeped in ancient mystery, where every step carries emotional weight. The gameplay moves at a measured pace, balancing exploration with tension that demands careful thought over quick reflexes. Unlockable paths and scattered lore fragments reward thorough players who absorb the atmosphere fully. The hand-drawn visual style and melancholic score create something genuinely atmospheric. Understated storytelling executed with real confidence.
Allies to face the Archfiend.
Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake glows with nostalgic warmth and modern elegance. The vibrant pixel art, dynamic lighting, and orchestral score breathe new life into a classic journey. Combat feels smooth and satisfying, while the job system adds depth without overwhelming. Every town, dungeon, and character oozes personality, making exploration consistently rewarding. This remake respects the original while enhancing it in meaningful ways. A timeless adventure reimagined with care and attention to detail. It's hard to put down. Verne, the Shape of Fantasy is a wonderfully imaginative adventure that blends rich storytelling with a distinct pixel art style. Inspired by Jules Verne's works, the game delivers a narrative full of wonder, mystery, and emotional depth. Exploring the steampunk world of Hemera feels both nostalgic and fresh, with clever puzzles and engaging dialogue driving the journey forward. The music is hauntingly beautiful, and every frame feels lovingly crafted. It's a heartfelt, immersive experience that celebrates the power of storytelling and human curiosity.
More centered? Somebody like you, with your hallucinations.
Treasures of the Aegean turns exploration into a thrilling race against time. Its hand-drawn comic art pops with color, and the looping time mechanic keeps each run fresh. The puzzles are smart without slowing momentum, and movement across crumbling ruins feels slick and responsive. The time loop mechanic keeps each run engaging. There's a sense of urgency that fuels every discovery, while the mysterious story adds just enough intrigue to keep pushing forward. A game that respects curiosity and rewards persistence at every turn. Dystopian control pervades every clinical session in this retro-futuristic simulation. A desperate mind scanner treats citizens within the structure while searching for a missing daughter. Gameplay balances moral choices with puzzle-like treatments under strict time pressure. Branching paths and multiple endings encourage repeat play. Bold pixel artwork and an atmospheric synth score reinforce the oppressive setting. Device upgrades and story decisions add real lasting depth. Mind Scanners proves a thought-provoking, hauntingly compelling narrative simulation. I See Red is a striking twin-stick shooter that draws you in with its bright red and black visual and chaotic, fast-paced action. Every run feels intense, with engaging gunplay and destructible locations that heighten the adrenaline rush. The combination of roguelike aspects and precise, intuitive controls keeps things interesting and gratifying. Its nasty, revenge-fueled story adds complexity without slowing down the action. The performance is strong, and the visual flair never gets old. If you want high-octane action with a distinct aesthetic, this is an outstanding indie treasure. Fall Boy is a 2D horror adventure game in which a boy with a bright head must navigate a gloomy bulb house. He must safeguard his family, including Grandpa Raffin and Moth Dog, from the looming darkness. Bulb Boy has unusual properties such as lighting and protecting against electrical shocks, as well as the ability to be unscrewed for use in odd areas. He also has playable flashbacks, which allow players to revisit childhood memories and solve the mystery behind the story. The puzzles are meant to be solved in a variety of sizes and arrangements. Limbo is a platformer game that emphasizes puzzle solving and storyline above speech. Players help a defenseless infant escape from their starting position, facing hostile or monster individuals along the way. The game creates a terrifying environment with subtlety, generating anxiety and discomfort, making it one of the best horror games of recent years. The game's gameplay and level design are excellent, with no tutorials or obvious objectives to impede players' ability to solve puzzles. The game's controls are snappy, and the physics are wonderfully performed.
Your job is to cooperate.
Bonkies is a fun party game in which players create odd structures on faraway planets using banana-fueled jetpacks and robo-arms. They must operate in odd locales and employ bizarre blocks such as magnets, rockets, and nuclear fusion. The game may be played with friends or alone, with up to 4 players collaborating. The game includes a variety of components, such as rocket blocks and nuclear fusion cubes. Monkeys, dogs, cats, and even unicorns are available to players. Bananas are the space food of the future, and obtaining them by beating time scores unlocks new pals.
Oh, I didn't know it could do that.
Rounds feels like a sharp duel staged in a clean, modern arena where every choice carries weight. The lone fighter enters each match with equal footing, relying on timing, aim, and smart card picks to shift momentum. Battles move fast, yet reward patience, with rounds that build tension through adaptation. Unlockable cards reshape tactics, encouraging bold setups, strange synergies, and fresh rematches. Minimal visuals and punchy sound cues keep focus on the action, making each victory feel earned. Rounds remains a focused contest that rewards skillful play. Ancient Ruins and Quiet Seas set a thoughtful tone in Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. This single-player RPG follows a steady young adventurer restoring lost lands and forgotten histories through resolve, not spectacle. Combat flows at a calm, rewarding pace, favoring smart planning and measured risk. Beneath the surface sits rich progression, flexible vocations, hidden routes, and long-term growth that rewards. Warm visuals and one gentle soundtrack support exploration, shaping a journey that feels complete, rewarding, and deeply worthwhile over time.